organization that is known for its incredible fierceness.
Going in.
Since 1775, it's rich in history and legacy of victories. It's known for a flag raising in a distant land. It's not known for its desire to include women. So I'm joining an organization that does not want me. But once you earn that title of Marine, no one can take it from you. When I graduated from high school, to be perfectly honest, I realized that I was probably good at one thing, and I was good at partying. So I was pretty close to dropping out. This is 1974. I remember the evening news was filled with Vietnam protesters. The country is pretty tired of war. Women are not being actively recruited. And I went down to mail a letter, and out steps a Marine Corps recruiter. And he looks at me and he says, "Why aren't you a United States Marine?" And I, of course, look at him as a 19-year-old and said, "Look, buddy, I am just trying to mail a letter. Get away from me." And I met him on the 30th of April, and by the 7th of May, I'm at Parris Island, South Carolina, meeting my drill instructor, and I'm standing there thinking, what have I done? And I will tell you, that moment in time is the transformation of an entire lifetime. When I went to basic training, we started off in the segregated environment. We were kind of like a separate corps within a corps. You're doing makeup. How do you carry your purse and wearing gloves? I mean, the lipstick had to match the color of the cap cord.
Right left, right left.
In the 70s, women weren't allowed to deploy into combat. Women weren't allowed to stay in the military if they got pregnant. Not being able to deploy on ships was a challenge. So she's seen a lot of challenges in her time.
My first assignment was with 4th Recon Battalion. I was literally the only woman. I was an administrative clerk, and I'm in my little skirt, and when I checked in, the Marines' eyes like bugged out of their head. They called headquarters, Marine Corps, and said, "Hey, you asked for a clerk. We sent you a clerk." Women had to fight to serve this military. Women had done every occupational field during World War II. When the war ended, all those jobs closed. So by the time the 70s came around, when I came in, you really couldn't do anything dangerous, and you could barely drive a truck. There were just things that were just kind of ludicrous. So there was no aspirations coming in to ever be a general. I always said if I could make it to corporal, that would be the apex of my career. The Marine Corps really began realizing it is no longer about gender, it is not about culture, it's not about ethnicity. This is just about leadership. I was very blessed because women were stepping up. What was phenomenal about Gail Reels was she'd come up through the ranks. So she really had been a great person that everyone saw as a role model and just a rock star, I think, for all of us. When I was the commanding general, we had a congresswoman stop by, and she said to the young corporal, "Look, you know, like, wow, you got a woman now that's in charge. What's that all about? Like, what do you think about that?" And this young corporal says, "You know, nothing. I mean, we have a commanding general, and nothing has changed." I think that's the highest tribute when you can say the Marine Corps chose the best qualified to be here, and that's what we've got.
Today they call it networking. During our era, we called it mentorship. You have to find someone who's going to navigate you through the process and has figured out the path, and that's really who she is. She broke a lot of barriers and stayed there and maintained.
In the Marine Corps, they say, you know when it's time to retire. So we went out and did the combat fitness test. We ran this whole test, and I went and got in the car and just got in the parking lot and just chucked. I mean, I just got sick of this dog. And so after 39 years as the longest serving woman in the United States Marine Corps, it's probably time for me to hang it up. I was cutting the grass, and I was playing some bad golf. I was volunteering at the food bank. I got a call one day from a headhunter. The Girl Scouts are looking for a CEO. I got excited because it would be something that spoke to me. People think that Girl Scouts is all about cookies and camps and crafts, but the realities are Girl Scouts is about character and confidence. This is about women and resiliency. You can't fix the status of women if you're not addressing the challenges of girls. The biggest challenge that I see is that girls don't have a chance to be girls like I did. I think social media is forcing girls to grow up so much sooner than I did. I think coming out of COVID has really caused a lot of our bigger challenges as well.
One thing I like to tell people is I don't just change the world, I change my world. General Salinas, in my eyes, is my role model, somebody that I look up to every day, somebody that I strive to be. She strives for the girls to have so many opportunities that I don't think I would have without her.